EWIP is an acronym for the Eastern Watershed Improvement Project. It is a $36 million drainage environmental project that the city has undertaken in the eastern part of Port St. Lucie. It involves about a dozen components involving the construction of STAs, stormwater treatment areas, of various sizes. It also includes improvements to 2 pump stations. The Eastern Watershed Improvement Project was basically triggered by Tropical Storm Fay. The city was inundated with over 14 inches of water in this area of the city. The biggest concern that we came out of that was that roads were flooded for a significant period of time, whereby people could not get to their homes or out of their homes for up to 3 days in some cases. The city undertook this project to basically resolve those issues so that we would not have a repeat on basically what was a greater than what's called a 100-year storm. Currently where we are standing out is what's called the Elks Cane Slough Stormwater Treatment area. We've tried to bring it back to a natural area. We have cypress trees to create a cypress hammock. We've kept some of the area behind us that is the natural area that was there 30 years ago. We basically excavated, dug out a significant amount of soil, hauled it away, and created basically a stormwater treatment area. Aquatic plants are primarily several species of plants that we plant in the shallower areas that will absorb nutrients. The nutrients come down, phosphorus, nitrates. It will basically feed on those and create cleaner water. We're looking at what's called the shallow cell, whereby stormwater is basically treated by coming into a shallow area. It meanders through a defined channel and then outfalls into our deep cell. Water levels will rise up. It'll store water here. Basically, this is what we call it a stormwater treatment area, but it's also for flood protection, whereby water can build up in this STA and store here until it can drain out into our system and down after the peak of the storm has passed. As part of EWIP, we have 4 major components that are all tied together. They are all interconnected via piping and control structures. And then we'll act as kind of a waterfall. One will flow into the Elks Cane Slough and then distribute down and is interconnected to the Leonard Square STA. And then it filters down through a channel into the Howard Creek stormwater treatment area. Also tied into that in a separate watershed is what's called the Ludus Pond. That is a strict detention pond. It's not a stormwater treatment area. It is basically designed just to hold water. That is tied in an emergency outfall into the Leonard Square area. So as water builds up, and that's a separate basin, its primary area will flow into the Seabolt, which is drained to the Tiffany Channel to the north and the Tiffany Pump Station. These areas are built to hold water. So the water will build up here rather than flooding our roads and flooding businesses. Water's directed here where it will build up, store here, and then drain away as the storm dissipates and runs off. We're ready for rainy season this year. We will be ready.